An excellent 3 points for Rangers on their travels.
And Rangers have been perfect on their travels in the SPL this season. Another victory, 100% away from home, and still not a goal conceded away from Ibrox in the top flight. Hearts gave it everything, that wasn't quite good enough. FT-Gers23Oct2011.mpg, less than 2 minutes after coming on, adding to the earlier goal from Stephen Naismith. It is finished, Hearts 0, Rangers 2.
Thanks to Derek Ray, thanks to Craig Burley. The updated SPL table is on the way. There's the Clydesdale Bank SPL table on the back of the Hearts-Rangers match and of the Celtic-Aberdeen game. That kicks off at 3 o'clock. So Rangers have a 9-point lead over Motherwell now, 13 ahead of Celtic. Celtic can respond. Hearts are 5th. Bottom of the table, well, 3 points separates the bottom 6 clubs. Inverness bottom as things stand. So Rangers celebrating, still unbeaten. This is their best unbeaten start to a season for 9 years. And reaction from the Rangers dressing room is on the way. And 2 goals for Rangers and 3 more points after a 2-0 win at Tynecastle. Stephen Naismith set the Gers on their way. It was Nikita Jelavic who came off the bench, the settler with his first kick of the ball. Reaction from the Rangers dressing room now, over to Daryl Curry, but there's nothing to feel unhappy about.
Ray, thank you very much. Well, Stephen, how big a win was that today after the St Mirren result last week?
We were bitterly disappointed at the St Mirren game. We weren't sharp and we got our just rewards, and that was a draw, and that was the best. But today it was important we fought back and started at a better tempo and got an early goal, and we done that, and we pushed on with some good defending, and it was a good result. That
was vital, wasn't it, the early goal? Great work by Whittaker.
It was a great run from Whitty, and he's got forward and the ball's just managed to break to me, and I've managed to get a clean strike in it, and luckily enough it went in.
Carlos, it looked difficult at times back there. They put a lot of pressure on you at times, didn't they?
Yeah, they did well. They played very direct today, you know, a lot of long balls. They're a hard-working team. But it was a fun game, you know. We had to dig in. Midfielders came back, chased, forwards were chasing, and it was a good team effort, so that's what we needed.
You look like you've got a really strong partnership and a good understanding going with Doran Goyan back there. Yeah,
we've been, you know, in 10, 11 games now together. Playing well, feeling a little bit more comfortable. So, you know, it's going good right now, so we just want to keep it going the rest of the season. But like I said, you know, the partnership is good, but the team is what helps. And, you know, midfielders are doing a great job coming back in front of us. Lee McCullough had a fantastic game today. We were riding him all game. Did great to break up plays. So, you know, we get a lot of help from the other guys.
And Stephen, Nikita Jelavic isn't a bad sub to have, is he? I think that was his first touch.
I know he's not been feeling well during the week, and luckily enough we had him on the bench, and he came on and showed his worth to the team, his first touch, and it was a great finish.
And 9 goals for you now. You must be looking ahead with some pride of what you might be able to achieve this season.
Well, you go into every game wanting to score goals, and fortunately I've managed to get a few, but hopefully more before the end of the season.
Well done today, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Jim Jeffries and Mark Haitley watched the Hearts-Rangers match today. What's your assessment of Rangers' performance overall?
I think it was a good dogged performance. Bocanegra was saying there it was a team effort, and I think it was. I don't think there was a stick-out performance. A good back four today. Goalkeeper made influential saves at the right time, and Rangers took their chances. I think Hearts were guilty of having, I would say, the majority of shots on target, but not taking chances when they came along. And against the big boys, you're always going to get caught out if you don't take one of those chances.
Jim, you're a lifelong Hearts fan. What's your assessment of how your club played today?
Yeah, I thought the boys did well today. I thought that they dug in. They were never out the game. In fact, I think the second goal was a great goal, but it came against the run of play. I think Hearts were starting to get a bit of steam up and putting a lot of pressure. Had their chances, and they found McGregor in excellent form again, especially that double save from Ryan Stevenson. And then the last man, probably the best chance, fell to was Adrian Morovic, who's not renowned for a goal, but if that had fell to somebody like Scatchell or Ryan Stevenson, then it might have been 1-1 instead of 2-0. But I don't think they can be displeased with their efforts. I just think at the end of the day, that would be a bit of quality, won the game at the other end.
Yeah, I think Jim's quite right. Hearts were threatening. They had chances.
Always.
But what a substitution. Jelavic comes off the bench.
Well,
it was a great, great goal.
But that's what you pay $4.5 million for, is he is a quality player. We know that. He is a 20-goal plus a season man. Was there or thereabouts last season with a big injury, but that is a great. I mean, it's a simple ball from Bocanegra over the back. You can say a bit of slack defending here, not holding the line. Zaliukas ball watching, would you say, Jim, there? Ball watching.
But Webster steps back and just plays them onside. But how many players would attain a touch here? I mean, it's a fantastic finish.
It's a great finish. A great finish. It doesn't allow the goalkeeper to get set. It comes straight over his shoulder in the first finish, and you can see the goalkeeper, look, he can't set himself to make a save here. It's a fabulous goal.
That is 22 in 34. It underlines how important he is. Rangers fan will be concerned as well that he'll get sold in the January transfer window, because that goal scoring is just so important to them.
It is. It's every team that's chasing everything, and Rangers are expected to compete in every championship and every cup that they play. You need a goal scorer. You need a partnership that's going to get there or thereabouts 50 goals if you're going to win a championship. He is definitely one of those guys. But we know now at Rangers, and the Rangers supporters know, that any decent players that come through Rangers ranks now are always going to be vulnerable at a transfer window.
Jim, as you were saying, Hearts were pressing, weren't they?
Yes.
When that going in, they were pressing and they'd engineered chances.
They started the second half well. They put Rangers under a bit of pressure. As we say, maybe that final ball is Craig Leite in the last third, but they've had some efforts on target. McGregor's had some great saves. And I thought Templeton was lively for a spell just before the score.
But that's the difference there. Look, look at the line that Rangers. That's why Rangers do not concede many goals. They come up as a unit, they drop as a unit, not one dropping off. And that's why Rangers get away with it. You can say getting away with it, the rebound off you would say a poor goal save from a goalkeeper, but it's a good defensive line.
Jim, as you said, this was a golden opportunity.
Well, Templeton did great, used his pace, got across, they've all missed it, and then the last... Adrian, he's never renowned for being in the box anyway, but his last man, if it fell to probably, as I said, Stevenson or Scatchell, anybody else, it probably would have been in the net, but you've got to take it. Mark said, and I agree, that when you come against Rangers Celtic, keep telling, you've got to take your chances when they come around, and because it makes all the difference, because when Rangers get chances, also they tend to bury you, so it's a sore one for Hearts. But as I say, their overall performance, I think they'll be quite pleased with just the differences up front, and they just had that bit of quality. But remember, Walter Smith spent most of his budget on that player. Absolutely, at that time, he's £4.5 million. That's what you get,
Yeah, Hearts fans so frustrated looking at those chances once more. In a few minutes' time, we'll hear the reaction to another Rangers win from manager Ali McCoist. His team are top of the table, and Rangers are still unbeaten. Welcome back. Rangers 2-0 winners at Tynecastle. Let's get the reaction from Rangers boss Ali McCoist.
Ray, many thanks. Well, Ali, it was tense at times, but how pleasing was that performance overall?
I'm actually really thrilled with the performance, because when you come to a place like this, as well documented, if you get anything, you have to earn it. And I thought Hearts put us under enormous amounts of pressure at times, but I thought we withstood that pressure, handled it fairly well, and created one or two problems from ourselves. I just felt that the longer the game was going, we seemed to get a foothold in it. Especially pleased with boys breaking from the middle of the park, and I thought we could have, if I was nitpicking a little bit, we probably could have created one or two more chances, but really pleased.
Must be nice for a manager when they make a sub or a couple of subs and the game changes so quickly. Jelavic with his first touch.
Yeah, it was something that we'd mentioned at half time, to be quite honest with you. They were defending reasonably well, but we felt we could catch them with a diagonal ball, and thankfully it worked. It was he's an inspired player, and he's always capable of that. So that was him, certainly not 100% fit, but he was more than willing to come on and give us his bit for the cause. And it was a great result and a great goal indeed.
We spoke to Carlos Bocanegra, but the whole defence today, there was some heroic defending at times, wasn't there? And Bocanegra and Goyan are looking strong together. I
thought they were terrific. When you come to a place like this, you need defenders. To basically defend, stand up, and be men. Two centre backs are outstanding, as were I felt two full backs.
Well done today, Ali.
Thanks very much indeed.
I have to say, Ali McCoist sort of growing into the job week by week.
Yeah, and it's always going to be that way. I mean, Jim's been in the game a long time, but you cast your mind back, it's like any new job. You have to get into your routines. Your players have to get to know what your routines are. certain situations during the week and during match days, and he's slipping into that. The good thing is for him, you know, he knows these players. He's been with these players a long, long time. And he knows what he can and cannot get from individuals, and the results are showing it.
Let's take a look at the goal that set Rangers on their way to victory today.
I thought Whittaker in the first half, okay, a bit fortunate, you know, with a couple of tackles, but this is what Whittaker can do. He can drive with the ball and he attracts defenders, which releases strikers. And Stephen Naismith, you know, is a smart boy and gets himself forward.
It's a lovely touch right at the end, Jim, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good touch. But for me, you know, Templeton's not renowned for his tackling, but certainly Eggert is, and I think Eggert could have maybe, like Gohan did in the second half when he fouled him, Templeton, he took a booking and knew he was away. In that case, I thought Eggert Jonsson could have made a tackle. If he gets booked, I think it would have been better than obviously giving an opportunity the way to score. But, you know, but once he was past him, then it was always going to be a difficult take. It was a great run from him, and that final ball, he got a little bit of a deflection into Stephen Naismith, and Stephen doesn't miss many of these.
What that run does, though, from Whittaker, it attracts other defenders to come to the ball, which releases Stephen Naismith, who in turn sees the smart, sees the space and gets into it.
A quick mention of some programmes coming up that are on their way. ESPN Kicks will feature every SPL goal scored this weekend tomorrow night at 11:15. Every goal, plus all the saves and all the major incidents, ESPN Kicks tomorrow night. Next Saturday, ESPN Matchday Live will cover Rangers' SPL game away at Aberdeen. Another relaxed affair, no doubt. Coming up in a few minutes' time, more reaction to the match here at Tynecastle on ESPN Extra Time via espn.co.uk. We'll hear more from the players and the managers at Tynecastle and also take a look at what's happening in the SPL after what happened yesterday. So Rangers are top of the table. They're still unbeaten. 2 goals at Tynecastle today gave them the victory. That really makes this season start for them on a real high. Thanks to Mark Haley. Thanks to Jim Jeffries. See you soon. Bye for now.